think we're live. And we don't have our masks on.
No, we don't.
What are you like? We're not no maskers now, right?
No. We're not no maskers. We're not anti-maskers. Just got the stick in the prick.
Yeah. You got yours. You got the one shot.
I got the very last one they had, Indiana Jones style. Slid under the door, reached back in for the last vaccine, and
just gave it yourself.
Just gave it yourself.
So like I just got my second stick and poke the other day,
oh, yeah?
and it took like a really long time. It took like over an hour. What design did you get for your stick? Your stick and poke. Which one did you do?
They just gave it to me. I did.
Oh, I got like a kaiju. It was pretty awesome, but it's kind of like super red right now, because it was a lot of jobs. I thought it was just gonna be like a one and done, but to get the design.
Where did you go?
I went to Tattoo Asylum.
And now I see what's happening. I'm also just gonna
It's really red. They told me I'm supposed to put sunscreen on it for the rest of my life.
No. That's great.
Everyone was talking about stick and pokes. Joni said Tattoo Asylum, said he got me. I don't know. He's getting me in.
And
we're seen. Okay.
And we're live. We fooled you live on video for the first time.
Without you get to see the chin. It's all about the chin.
It
baby.
is. And I'm so sorry if it isn't what you thought. It's not great.
Yeah.
But, it's mine.
I don't know. We both got strong chins.
It'll work.
But yeah, this is what to pick up this week. And there's a lot of good books this week.
There are. Speaking of strong chins.
Oh yeah, good. That's a good one.
It would be if I were doing Superman, but I'm not. I'm doing Justice League number 60.
New for DC, Justice League number 60.
Yes. This is the continuation of Brian Michael Bendis' run on the characters, where they are bringing up ye old Naomi to the big leagues.
Right. She called up from the minors.
Yes.
No longer in that AAA Young Justice.
No. It's time to, that's right. Yeah. Superman is tapping you now.
It's like a little Bull Durham action.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So when does Sally Fields?
She should be showing up by issue 61 or 2.
Okay, cool. Well, that's where I'm waiting for.
But then the backup, we got Rom V's Justice League Dark, which is awesome.
So good.
Focuses on Merlin, so it has to do a lot with the demon and DC's whole take on Arthurian mythology. Really solid series. Would highly suggest it. We've still got plenty of 59 if you missed out on the beginning. Pick it up, try it out. It's a really good book.
Yeah.
Speaking of
really good books, speaking of follow-up issues, Nightwing number 79. This is Tom Taylor's second issue on the book. This is the second issue of the Infinite Frontier Nightwing run. The first issue, 78, went crazy. Sold out immediately. It's like $15-20 near mint if you're trying to buy that first print. But because it was just so good.
Right.
It was completely underordered by retailers because it's issue number 78 of Nightwing,
Right. Whatever,
But yeah, Tom Taylor he's brought like a super fresh, fun take, but also like paying homage to like all the previous Nightwing stuff. Like he pulls that back in. I saw a preview image of 79. You see Dick in the red suit still. It's pretty fun. And we are getting a puppy sidekick. Yes, that we've been teased on. I don't think we've settled on a name yet, but I'm super stoked.
I think Haley is the name.
Is it Haley?
Yeah. It is. I mean, presumably she will have a secret identity as well.
No, you have to.
You have to for a dog.
So we're getting a new member of the DC Super Pets. Like I said, just pick it up. I'm not someone who reads Nightwing all the time, but I'm a huge Tom Taylor fan, so I checked out 78, and it was just so good.
Yeah, and this one's a first appearance. So this is going to go really quickly.
Ding, ding, ding.
Call ahead.
Yeah.
Call ahead, make sure to reserve your copy. Last one from DC this week is one of my personal favorites that I insisted on talking about. Superman Red and Blue number 2, the $5.99 prestige bound anthology.
It's been great.
It's just good.
Yeah.
It's just teeny little snippets from, and I mean, some of them really don't even have a ton to do with Superman. Sometimes it's just like a little flash in the pan from Metropolis.
Yeah.
Just bite-sized little, but they also do a good job because I really feel like this series in particular, the creators set out with like, I'm gonna make people. I'm gonna make the pitch for Superman.
I'm gonna make people like Superman
case.
because there's so many people who come in. Same thing with like Captain America. Like he's so boring. He's a Boy Scout. I don't like reading him. And then the trick for a retailer is finding the right Superman book to hand them to flip you on the character.
Yep.
So you think the creators, that's what they're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for me, they've been doing it. I just read number 2 this morning as well. 2 for 2. I mean, like, yeah, maybe. it's a really good series. Would highly suggest it, even particularly for the people that don't think that they like Superman. I think it's a really good, it's a strong pitch for the character. Yeah.
Next, after DC, Boom Studios is a big number 1 that you were super excited about.
They sure do.
Yeah.
It is Ram V's The Many Deaths of Laila Starr.
Now, this is creator-owned, right?
Yes, it is.
Both. Yeah. Okay.
One of the first, so he did some early creator-owned stuff in his career.
Over at Vault.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Savage Shores, great book. But ever since he's been doing stuff with DC, not as much creator-owned stuff, so I'm very excited to see him be dipping his toe back into that pool.
Me too.
Really strong pitch as well.
Okay.
The Avatar of Death has taken on, or has been condemned to human form.
Yeah, she gets fired.
Yes.
It's like really funny.
Yeah. She gets the boot and is forced to live out the rest of her days as a human on Earth.
Yeah.
And everything else that follows is just, I mean, it is weirdly funny for how dark the entire thing is.
Yeah.
It is fundamentally a meditation on death, but it's also very amusing in parts.
Yeah.
It's really fun to see them play with the ideas of life and death. Really solid writing. The art is also incredible. Felipe Andrade.
From Captain Marvel.
From Captain Marvel,
Yep.
And the covers.
I mean, the covers are beautiful.
Yeah.
You get David McFoyle on the B cover, and he also versions of that cover for the 1 in 50, the 1 in 100. Everyone knows y'all like the foils.
They're awesome.
And they're beautiful. It's David Mack.
Yeah.
And what I thought was really fun about this book too is, like, you know, we were talking about death being fired. This takes place in India, which is where Ramvi is from. So it's the Hindu deities are, and that's something I'm not super familiar with. I'm not well versed in the Hindu religion. Yeah. So it's kind of cool to get that in the book and see these avatars of, you know, like death. Obviously, every religion has their own version. Right. So it's fun to see what, you know, this version of death is. And meet her.
Vishnu and the arms and the
So I thought that was super interesting, and it's a really cool thing to learn about while you're reading the comic. That's also just really fun, really funny. I read the preview before we put our orders in, and I dug it a lot. Yeah,
we went way up on this book because this is just a creator-owned that we strongly believe in. It's also, when you get a creative team this strong, that's gonna go quick. Yeah. It's a number 1. Yeah. Everybody's gonna be on board with it, and you should too. It's gonna be a great book.
Speaking of creator-owned books that went quick, this is from Image Comics. We got the glow-in-the-dark covers for Geiger number 1, which was the huge hit series. Just came out. Was it week before last? Week before last. Obviously written by Jeff Johns. And it is his creator-owned work. We're bringing back the team from Doomsday Clock.
Yeah, Gary Frank
on art. All the first prints are like $15. It's a $15 book now. I think we still have them on shelf at cover just because we want people to pick that book up because it's so good. Post-apocalyptic, nuclear, post-meltdown kind of style.
With the superhero mystery at the center. It's
Jeff Johns. He can't resist adding some superhero mythos in there.
Yeah.
But it's really good. This is the fancy, has that fancy cover stomp, so it glows in the dark, which is very
Noctera,
fun.
releasing it 2 weeks later.
Yeah, so this is, I think it's technically a first print. So if you're a fan of those glow-in-the-dark covers, pick it up.
Or if you're a completionist and have to pick up every cover of Geiger, this one counts.
Listen, don't call me out, man.
I don't know. I was trying to make some transition about the fact that I laughed, and haha is the next book we're going to talk about. But it's haha.
It's haha.
Also from Image, this is number 4 of the incredibly popular, loosely connected anthology series. Same team as
Ice Cream Man.
Ice Cream Man. Yeah.
So good.
This book has been insanely hot, but there's a reason why. It's very, similar to Laila Starr. It's very funny for how often murder is featured in it. It's very amusing. So pick that up. Stay on that series.
Yeah,
it's only going up.
It's been super fun. The book I'm very excited from IDW. This is all age friendly, but I think it's going to be real fun. This is the new series Godzilla Monsters and Protectors #1 comes out this week. So if you're hyped like me, you saw Kong versus Godzilla. Like me, you were of course rooting for Kong.
Yes.
You know, maybe you like Godzilla too. You can, I guess.
You can like both.
I don't know. But if you're hyped on Godzilla right now, it's a good time to be a Godzilla fan. There's a new series from IDW, and this is kind of cool. It's written by Eric Burnham, who's done a lot of cool tie-ins. He wrote a lot of the like Ghostbusters comics at IDW, so he does well with properties. He's writing this, and it's kind of like this businessman is using clean energy, but he's using it to profit, to better himself, and that makes Godzilla mad.
Hey.
So this group of middle schoolers has to teach Godzilla that not all humans are bad. So it's got like a little environmentalist twist, which is
as all good Godzilla should.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
It kind of reminds me of like a Captain Planet kind of pitch, where you have like the Captain Planet crew, but Captain Planet's Godzilla. Which
they combine their
awesome.
powers to summon Godzilla.
The B cover is awesome. It is a photo cover from just OG Toho Godzilla.
Yeah.
So
very iconic. You know, that scene where like all the tanks are pointed at him and he's got the plane in one hand.
So even if you're like, man, you know, maybe I don't want to read like a middle school themed Godzilla, I would still pick up that photo cover because it's rad as heck.
It absolutely is.
Next up,
we've got
from Aftershock Comics.
Yes.
Big new one.
We've got The Girls of Dimension 13.
#1.
#1. Yes. Girls of Dimension 13. Breath. #1.
Yes.
It's Scooby-Doo.
It's
just Scooby. Yeah, it's just
There's
Scooby.
been a lot of Scoobies lately.
This one does have the dog.
This one does have the dog.
This one has the dog.
Okay, all right.
Dog does not talk, from what I could tell.
All right. You can't have it all.
I mean, yes, but we do still have the dog. This is another fantasy mystery type, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like a rift in dimensions, like inside this, like what they think is a haunted house.
So 13 dimensions, I'm guessing.
Ooh, yes,
That's probably a good
those
guess.
are going to come into play.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I mean, it's almost like it's got a little bit of lock and key. There to where like the 13 dimensions seem to be coming out from like one place.
Okay.
And then some Scooby-Doo action, some little they're investigating it. They're gonna get to the bottom of this one.
Cool. There is a 1 in 15 ratio on that one, so you'll want to pick that one up.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
On to Marvel.
You want to?
We're out of order. It's fine. It's all
right.
good.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Jason Aaron is back for the Mighty Valkyries. They died. Now they're undied.
Well, that's
they're back.
Valkyries.
That is the Valkyries thing.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing with them is like ferrying the dead to like the next part of the afterlife.
Right.
But so they needed to come back.
Jason Aaron loves using the Valkyries. They were a big player in King in Black, and their like 5-issue mini King in Black tie-in was so popular that they were like, "Hey, Jason Aaron, you want to keep writing that book?" And he's
so they're just gonna so we're gonna do another little mini series. So you don't need to worry about being like super committed for the significant future. But there are also some really good covers. Variants.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
There's the Todd Nuck always doing a headshot.
Gotta do the headshot.
We're getting hyped for Heroes Reborn
with the Pachero covers.
Yes.
We get to see a little what do the Valkyries look like in this world.
And then
Scotty
of course
Young.
Scotty Young
Gotta
doing
get
the
Scotty Young's in there with the haha little bubbles, and they're so cute looking, and we love it. The 1 in 25 is Mahmoud Asrar. Not familiar with that.
He actually was the the artist with Jason Aaron who did Conan when Conan came back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mahmoud Asrar. He's doing some other stuff for Marvel right now. If I'm not mistaken, he might be working with Al Ewing on Sword, but I can't speak to that. But his Conan stuff,
talented.
his Barbarian stuff, badass. Speaking of badass, we got that.
The 1 in 50.
I know. Oh, the 1 in 50. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No.
Russell Dodderman.
I love Dodderman.
Jason Aaron's part. It's like the Jason Aaron crew. Asrar worked with Jason Aaron on Conan.
Yeah.
And then you get Dodderman from Jason Aaron's OG, one of his early Thor runs. Not the OG, but
right.
He did it with Jane, so makes sense.
There you go.
So we're firing on all cylinders this episode.
Yeah, we're doing great.
From me, had a good transition. We're gonna,
pretend to keep on going.
It is the second issue of Carnage: Red, White, and Blood, which has like a crazy good team. This team on this issue is stacked.
Yeah.
You get Zdarsky and Mark Cicchetto. Doing a Carnage, a Carnage story in this issue. You get our boy Ram V, who we just talked about from Many Deaths of Laila Starr. Also, he's doing Justice League Dark. Also doing Catwoman. He's doing it all, and we get Mal Ewing Carnage story.
Come on.
So again, spot color anthology Carnage. You didn't need number 1, but we still have some number 1s if you missed it. But you don't need number 1 to jump into number 2. And again, like those creators, Chip Zdarsky, one of the hottest writers at Marvel right now.
That's well, he should be.
And Marco Cicchetto, who's insanely talented.
So
Ram
good.
V and Al Ewing. Like I don't know, you should just buy that just based on the creators. So if you dig Symbiotes at all, this is going to be a really good one. I'm really excited.
If you dig any of those creators,
Yeah.
like it's like I like all 3 of those.
Yeah,
a lot.
this is just a good issue to just pick up. Like I said, it's standalone. You can just hop right
Out of
in.
order, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Cool.
that'll be a good one. I'm very excited for this next one.
Yeah.
Because this is some of the only movement towards the future in Powers of X.
Yeah, and
that we've
Hotspots.
seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
we're
is the
talking
new
Way
X-Men.
of X.
Yeah.
Number 1, Cy Spurrier.
Cy Spurrier, our boy.
On
From
writing
Across the Pond.
duties. Yep. Bob Quinn from Captain America is on artist, but basically Nightcrawler is starting to suspect that all is not well in Eden. That perhaps some snakes have gotten into the garden, and he's like establishing an order to root them out and make sure that we keep everything clean and holy, like it should be.
This is really cool because I thought like Nightcrawler forming like the religion of Krakoa makes complete sense for the character.
Yeah.
It was a really cool, like, innovative idea just when like the first 12 issues Hotspots came out. So I'm really excited to see them like go more into
how we get there.
Yeah, how we get there.
Yeah.
And like you can tell Cy Spurrier is like all in on this. He already posted on Twitter like a hymn that the X-Men sing about one of the great betrayers of mutant kind. Hint, hint. Scarlet Witch fans were very upset on Twitter.
Oh no!
Rage tweeting at him.
Oh no way!
Yeah, like Scarlet Witch. She's
actually, mutants love Scarlet Witch.
It's
so
like, listen, guys, I love Scarlet Witch. I loved WandaVision, but she may have committed a little bit of genocide.
Just a small.
And no, it was not her fault. Let's not get into it. Let's not get into it. But there's a reason why I could see mutants having a hymn calling her, one of the great betrayers.
Yeah. Hey, comment about it. Yeah. Well, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, give us your thoughts. But anyway, so you can tell he's having fun with it. I love that he went out and wrote, and I saw some X-Men fans were already figuring out how to play it because he gave the sheet music.
That's fantastic.
Get hyped, look that up, it's pretty fun. For me, last book. I love me some women.
Yes.
This is Women of Marvel number 1.
Women's History Month.
Yeah, we're around Women's History Month is over, but still going on in our hearts.
In our hearts and in our ordering.
In our wallets. So if you dug all of those Women's History Month variants, which they were all beautiful, by Jen Bartel, this is like an anthology one-shot highlighting some of the badass women in Marvel Comics. You get stories featuring Peggy Carter, who doesn't get a lot of love in the comics as much as she does in the MCU. So it's cool to see that. Marrow, Jade Giantess, and more characters. But listen, I'm going to sell you on the creators. We get Sophie Campbell. She's the creator behind the current TMNT run. So it's really cool to see her dip her toes over at Marvel. Anne Toole, and one of my favorite, just women creators in the history of comics, Louise Simonson, doing a story there. And we've got a lot more creators there.
That's
So
fine.
we're highlighting some of the like female creators over at Marvel and the characters. There's a bunch of cool covers. You get a gorgeous Peach Momoko aforementioned Scarlet Witch cover. So
Yeah.
if you're not, you know,
If
mutant,
you disagree,
yeah. Or if you are a mutant, you can buy it and burn it in effigy, you know?
There you go.
There's
Hey.
total 2 options there. The magic cover is incredible.
Yeah.
That one I ordered up on because it's
Wolf.
just badass as hell. But all the covers are good. So check out those covers. And like I said, this is an anthology collection of stories. You don't need to know anything, and you'll be able to learn about, like, Marrow. Like, when does Marrow have a solo story, you know?
I can't think of a single time.
So this is a cool way to, you know, brush up on some of your characters that, you know, don't get their own solos very often.
Good, a lot of good number ones, a lot of good jumping on points. this
Yeah,
week.
so we'll see you. Jeremy Tarney will be doing the Tuesday night show this week, 7 p.m. Eastern, over at our Facebook page, the Ultimate Comics Live Show, where you get a first chance to pick up these ratio variants and some of these new issues that we talked about. And if not, you can go see Harrison
Come see me.
over at the Care Store.
I'll be masked up there.
Yeah, you'll mass in the store. This is just between friends.
Yeah, that's still a thing.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you next week.
Just got the stick in the prick.
Yeah.
Stick in the-
You got
I did.
the one shot. So
I did.
we're waiting.
Just a single
He's-
stick in the prick.